As the deadline to nominate a candidate draws to a close, the country is now rushing against time to have former Prime Minister Raila Odinga on the ballot for top continental seat, the AUC.
The State Department for Foreign Affairs has established a campaign secretariat which includes the candidate's strategy team.
The documents need to be translated into 5 to 6 languages before submission as the 6th August deadline draws to a close. Earlier, the government had set the deadline for submission to the 30th of June but failed to meet the deadline after what they termed as protests that rocked the country. The latest progress clears the air on the government's commitment to push for Odinga's after speculation that the government was not willing to commit to support Odinga's candidature after weeks of protests.
We have had a meeting.
The opposition leader had hinted that he will forgo his bid if, at all, the government will use it to arm-twist him in supporting the government at the expense of protests in the country that were championing for the change. The statement had put the future of his candidature in limbo, with people speculating that the government support came with the opposition not siding with protesters.
That convention can be had. This includes, number one, compensation for the families of the victims of violence last year and this year. Two, paying of all the hospital medical bills of the victims of police violence last year. Number three is a release of all people who have been arrested and are in police custody. Number four is the dropping of all the pending charges which are pending in courts. Number five is the sacking and prosecution all police officers who have been involved in criminal violence against innocent Kenyans who are actually exercising their rights as enshrined in the Constitution. Once that has been done, then people will sit down and dialogue. And they've also actually come up with what that dialogue should be about.
The former Prime Minister also said he released members of his party called upon to work with the government in different ministries.
That we can then talk about a government of national unity. But then he said that if you want to take some of our experts and get in your government, we release them to join your government and work in accordance with the ethics of our party, ODM.
Elections to find the top occupant at the AUC top job will take place in February 2025, with Charles Mufasaki, the current chairperson, exiting after his two-term tenure. Reporting for MMU TV, I'm Shadrack Mongare.